you did a lot of walking at camp. And you take the footpath, and it goes to this big field that we called, brace yourself, Pine Lodge Field. Um, I know, very cool. The field, it's called that. It's really just a big open field, surrounded by forest and stuff like that. It's called that. Ooh, gold. Very nice. It's called that because on it there's two little houses, and I forget the name of one of them because, like, the camp administrator or some guy that's like fiscally in charge of the camp. I don't know the exact position, but he's kind of a head honcho. He's like an executive. You never saw him. He's some old dude. You never saw him as a camper, but that's where he lives. And then the other house, and I think it's only one family that lives there. It's weird because it has like two front doors. You'd think it was a duplex, but I don't think it was. That's Pine Lodge. That's what it's called, that house. In the South, important homes are named. Like Andrew Jackson's, I think, is named the Hermitage. I think that's correct. Yeah. I'm a fact machine. Put me on your trivia teams. And so that's Pine Lodge, and there the camp director lived, and he started out as a camper. Like, he had been around since, I think, like the 80s and stuff like that. His name is Speedy. Really cool dude. He came to know me, I guess, because I went to camp so much. Like, I was a regular, and Speedy was a very cool dude. That's his nickname, of course. And it's well deserved. Like, we played games with him. Like, once I got older, like, he would come out and, like, if he wasn't busy or stuff like that, he would, like, play the games with us, because that was like, that's all you do at camp. There aren't computers. You play games. And that man is fast. Like, good lord, watch out. Uh, Anyhow. So that's his house. If you continue on the footpath, you get to like this little creek, and the path forks, and at the creek, you can fork to the right, and it takes you to Mirror Pond, which is this very tiny pond. It's only like 6 inches deep, but the water is so still that it acts like a mirror. And there's a little waterfall on it between it and Swan Lake, which is also a pond that just happens to have swans on it. Yeah. Oh, at that waterfall, I think they always told us that they filmed a scene from Remember the Titans on it, but I don't remember that scene. I want to say it's like at night when they run across like a waterfall or a bridge or something like that. Like while they're practicing or training or something like that. I don't know. It's a great movie, I just don't remember the scene. Um, but if you were to fork left at that creek, you'd walk up a hill, and there's an elementary school, because people actually live on the Barry campus, like, I don't know, their kids have to go to school somewhere, and it's like 12 miles to just get back to the interstate from Barry, so they can't really go to another public school, so they have a tiny elementary school. Thinking there's a spider spawner nearby. Interesting. All this coal. Yes. Um, yeah, so if you fork left, you go up this hill, and there's the elementary school. And we never really did anything there. They have like a small jungle gym that, like, if we ever had like a hide and seek type scenario, people would occasionally hide in. But generally, we were discouraged from it to stay away from it. And then you get to like where the rest of the things are. Dude, like, surely there's a spawner. I am freaking out right now. Nope. 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 don't know how we're getting out of this one, people. We need to get away from the spawner. That's priority 1. Priority 2 is getting to the same height of the spawner. But the problem is there's all this tantalizing coal. And then past the elementary school, there is where most of the things are. There is Friendship Hall, which is where the female staff, like the nurses and the Hopies. The Hopies are what we called the horseback riding folk. Just those poor girls. Like, I'm talking about boys' camp. Girls' camp was housed on another part of Berry campus. I forget why they had us separated by gender, but I don't blame them. Where are you? Are you at the bottom or are you at the top? Oh no, I'm right under it. Oh no, 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 no. I made so many mistakes. Oh no, 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 no. There's one there. There's one there. Oh no, 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 no. Oh man. I need to go up. Like everything is spawning above me. And I have no way of getting up. How are there so many spiders everywhere? There must be like 12 spawners. Some bats, good. Like, you hear how many zombies are spawning? That is because we live near the mushroom biome. Like, there must be a spawner nearby. Like, I know I've run past 2 of them now. Nope. Oh, man. This place is crazy. I'm gonna have to come back through and mine it once I'm done putting torches down just to get things to stop spawning. Okay, I don't hear so many spiders now. I like that. Not having so many spiders to hear. Right, Friendship Hall, and it's like a dormitory. It's a very old one. I think the mountain campus, I don't want to say it used to be like a juvenile hall type facility, but it used to be like an old part of the college. That's why there's a gymnasium at the center and stuff like that. But there's 2 dormitories, Friendship Hall, which is where the Hopis and like the nurses and stuff like that, and like the arts and crafts moms, that's where they would live, the female staff. And then Pilgrim Hall, which is where like the non-cabin male staff would live. So that would be like tribal leaders and stuff like that. Some of like the JCs, junior counselors, they would live there. Not many of them. They would live in what's called the JC cabin, and that's a place we will save for another day because it's a very crazy place. But Friendship Hall, and then if you continue, there's the Dining Hall, which was a very nice place also. And then past the Dining Hall was Pilgrim, and then the cabins are basically scattered kind of radially from the Dining Hall. But what you have to imagine is that the Dining Hall, it sits on a hillside. So if you go radially from it, everything is uphill, basically, from the Dining Hall. And some tribes got it worse than others. Like the Shawnee tribe had it rough, and so did the Navajo. But yeah. Oh, at the end of the dining hall, there's another little room, and it's because to keep everyone from eating at once, they would break up meals so that Junior Camp, which is the Apache, Shawnee, and Mohawk tribes, they would eat at a different time from the uh, Senior Camp, which is the Navajo, Sioux, and Choctaw tribes. And within that, they would have at lineup times. The cabins would line up, and then so not as to flood the kitchen all at once, they would send cabins at a time from each tribe. And like generally, like you'd have to like impress the tribal leader or something like that. They have like trivia or you sing songs and stuff like that while you wait. But before that, even there's basically usually free time before every meal, and then there's a game room. That's what we were getting at. There's a game room attached to the. Oh man, I'm really freaking out about all the spiders. I'm gonna have to go back through. Hopefully, this leads out to the surface or the ocean or something like that, and we can swim back. Because I don't want to think about how hard it's going to be to find my way through that. Um, and game room. If we still have time today, I'll talk about the game room because it basically. Okay. Here we are. If we're done today, we'll stop here and we'll talk about it next time. But I don't think we are. So here we go. The game room, within it, there's foosball, and there's bumper pool, and there's carpet ball. I think those are the only three games we had in there while I was going. A little lag there. Bumper pool I never really cared for. Basically, each person, two people play at a time. Each person has like 5 balls they try to hit into this little hole in the middle of the table, but then there's bumpers on the table so balls bounce around. You can hit other people's things out of the way. Weird game. I didn't really care for it. There's foosball, which I didn't really care for either. Growing up, I had played foosball before. I knew the rules. I knew how to play. I knew how to win. But here at camp, there was a new rule. No spinning. And before camp, I had never heard of the term. But spinning is where, and I'm pretty sure we all do this, or at least I did, and I came to realize it was a bad thing. Oh, that looks familiar. Spinning is where you wrap your hand around one of the handles that turn the little soccer players, and you pull it like a ripcord so that you're rolling it basically as fast as you can, and then you take your hand off of the handle. So basically you're pulling it like a ripcord, and it'll continue to spin while your hand is not on the rod, versus playing correctly where you use the handle and turn it with each hand individually. You don't leave them spinning while you're not playing. Apparently this is bad for the table, is this spinning, so don't do it, kids. But without spinning, I was nothing. I was a mere mortal among foosball gods, and I got beat bad. So that was very demoralizing, and I never played again. So foosball was not my game, and I didn't care for the bumper pool. That left carpet ball. Carpet ball, I believe, is a homemade game. The tables are probably 12, 14 feet long, with a little trench at either end, and they're wooden and lined with carpet. Then you take billiard balls, and each person gets like 5 or 6. And you can align them at either end, and you're trying to use a cue ball to knock the other person's balls into the trench. I know, creative. And oh my goodness, why can't I hold all these things? You're trying to knock the other person's ball into the trench. And does this go anywhere, or can I just put water down? I was gonna put water down. And for a while, carpet ball was my jam. I was good. I've always had the mind of an engineer, and I've always thought logically and mathematically about things. Um, so carpet ball was my jam. Because you're allowed to arrange your balls on the side that the other person's trying to knock in the trench. You're allowed to arrange them however you want. And, oh, did I. So me, a young Apache, I came in, and for a few days of camp, I ran that carpet ball in the game room. I ran it. I was the best around. And how did I do this? I basically, thinking that the other person is sending this ball down the table, the best way to keep my balls from getting hit, minimize the surface area that the other balls can hit as they send them my way. So what I would do is I would align all 5 of mine in a vertical line, so that if you were to stare down the carpet, the track, it would just look like a single ball. So they're in a perfectly straight row. I need to get rid of something. Oh man, now we got to try to get back. Okay, let's try to get back. Where did we come from? Got to go down to get up. Okay. If I can just see a vertical shaft. Oh, there's gold though. We have room for gold. Oh, and there's a lot of it. Okay. So I ran like that, and it was pretty good. It worked great, and for a couple days, nobody could beat it. Everyone was like, "How does he do these things? The guy must be cheating." Um, it was clever, and I ran that room. I don't want to mess with this right now. So here's water. Let's see if we can get back to the surface. Um, I ran the room. It was great. And then people got smart and they started bouncing the balls off of the. Oh, hello, gold. Yes, I will take the time to mine you. Yeah, I'm a sucker. Okay. Um, and for a while it worked great, and then they started bouncing the balls off the sides of the table, off of the side walls of the carpet ball table when they were rolling them down. And that got me pretty good because they were in a perfectly straight line, but that line is 5 balls long, so all they had to do was bounce them off the table, and they would hit me right in the side. Oh wow, this is right under my. Okay, I know where this is. Man, that was quite the rabbit's hole we went down. Um, yeah, clever trick with water. um, so they started bouncing off the balls, and they could hit the line right in the side. So we were starting to lose pretty bad. Then came the Mark II. The Mark II was wonderful, and this is what I used for a while also. Um, I would arrange the balls in 2 lines, 2 vertical lines, and I place them about a little over 1 ball width from either side of the 1 ball width away from either side of our table. You know what I'm talking about? Know what I mean? So that 1 ball width away from either side. So that if they were trying to bounce off the side, and the lines were 2 and 3 long respectively. So if they tried to bounce it off the wall, odds are they're probably gonna miss, and it's gonna slide between my line and the wall. I hope you can picture this, and it worked great. Everyone got very frustrated because they couldn't bounce it off the wall, and it's still a single line of balls on either side, so they can't really hit them either. They were very frustrated. um, and while unfortunate for them, it did work out in our favor. I won for a couple more days, and I was king of the carpet tables once more. I don't know if this was still when I was in Apache. Um, it probably spanned a couple, maybe when I was a little older. I don't remember. Um, so yeah, that worked well. And then I don't know, people just got mad. I don't know. I think they just like started throwing like They just started leaning over the table, and it gave them a real advantage. I don't quite remember anymore, but I think I got burnt out on carpet ball after a while. So I needed something else to do before every meal because we had all that free time, and the game room was starting to lose its luster. So that's quite okay. And here's why: the game room, while full of all these very fun games, is awful. It's a terrible, terrible place. Oh, we need to enchant pickaxe. Okay. We'll finish out the episode with that. And because here's the thing about the game room. It's full. It's not a very big room. Like, take you and your brother's bedroom, put them together, and it's probably about that size. And it's in the middle of summer in Rome, Georgia, and it's about 100 something degrees outside, 100% humidity, very hot, and this room does not have air conditioning. Or when it did finally get air conditioning, it was not very much. Awful. Just awful. It was so hot, and then the windows, we kept them closed because there was like a layer of just dead bugs trapped between the screen and the window, and it was like 3 inches tall of just dead bugs. I know that's disgusting. You probably just threw up in your mouth a little, but it was a thing. 2, 3, 4, and oh man, it was. This room was awful, and it was hot, and it was full of sweaty dudes, like just crammed like sardines in this room. So you can understand why I would want to get out of there. Man, that was a short, profitable caving run. I think we did have fortune. Yeah, that was why it happened so fast. um, so let's enchant. And I don't have my system because John Smith does this. I don't never take the first deal like a car dealership. So I like that boxy symbol. That's pretty cool. That looks like a music note on a tripod. Um, that's a circuit board. That's also a circuit board. And then we have 2 tridents, like this one and that one. 2 tridents, 2 tridents. That's very good. Okay. Efficiency 4 and braking. I love that pick. That's my favorite kind of pick. Yeah, so I had to leave the game room because it was getting bad. And I was getting. Oh, look, he's camouflaged. So I left the game room because it was miserable, hot, sweaty. It smelled really bad. Like, I can't describe to you the smell, but it was bad. It smelled like hot salt and butt crack. Anyhow, that's I guess our first day of Camp Tales. If you're still interested, I'll tell more eventually, but I need to get back to caving. So, yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it, you know that. I hope you guys like Camp Tales. If not, I won't tell anymore. It's fine. This was kind of an experiment. This is usually kind of stuff I have to do off camera, so figured I would show it to y'all. Yeah, so next episode we won't do caving, we won't do Camp Tales, but I do have some pretty interesting stuff in store for y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. See ya.